All I got to do is figure out how to get $300 million.
Guess what? That's from you. Hey, Tom here, FlipAnythingUSA. So today we're going to do a little review on one of Grant Cardone's things. You guys know I'm not a big fan of Grant Cardone. I think he's actually a fine motivator for business. Work 10 times harder or whatever that stuff he pushes is. But when it comes to real estate, I don't think he knows shit about real estate, especially the stuff in as much as that's important to you as an investor. Typically, Grant Cardone, he'll point to a building that 99% of America could not afford to buy.
That right there will save your day, okay? If you could go buy that piece of real estate right there, good.
And he knows he's pointing to something that 99% of America can't afford to buy. And then he says, that's the only thing to make money. In these apartments, that's the way to go. But the only way you're going to buy it is to jump in with Cardone Capital and invest with him. Well, the bad thing about that is that basically he needs you more than you need him. He needs your money to buy that, and then he's going to take half the profit. That's what a lot of these gurus do. They try to get your money involved. You are the money. You understand? You are the money. Now, I got a book, Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. It's been a bestseller on Amazon, Audible, and Kindle. Let me just tell you my background. I started with nothing, okay? I was raised in a trailer park, single parent. My dad raised me primarily. My front room was the living room. At night, it turned into the bedroom. When I pulled my duffel bag out of the back of the couch between the sofa and the wall, laid it out, and that's where I slept at night, rolled it back up, and it was a living room again in the morning. Now, I don't want anybody that comes from modest means, like I do, to throw their money into something that won't give them a great return, and that's what I teach you how to do in my book. Now, let's just listen to this video, and let's just kind of see where this goes.
This is what allows me to move, okay? So when I take $15 million, okay, I buy $60 million worth of real estate. 15 million buys $60 million worth of real estate.
Okay, see, now can you already relate to him? Who has $15 million put on a piece of real estate? Right? I know most of you that are watching do not. And this is the beginning of the setup, is to set up a scenario that you can't participate in. He's talking about, when I spend $15 million, it's to buy $60 million. Well, guess what? Everybody puts 25% down. I mean, that's what the bank requires for any investor to put down. Maybe 20% if you've got some good pull. I get 20%. I get away with 80% financing all the time. But that's because I have money, okay? But the 25% down, that's typical for everybody. Everybody, okay? And so let's keep listening.
Well, and I'm not buying $60 million deals. So I'll do $1 billion worth of real estate this year. Okay, can y'all look at that number?
Okay, there you go. Right. He started to tell you what kind of stuff he buys, and he says, "Oh, let's back off that. Let's just talk about the overall number, and whether it's true or not, I have no idea."
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do this year. So I'm gonna take $300 million this year, and I'm gonna buy $1.2 billion worth of real estate.
Okay, so look, this is what I'm saying. This is what's so stupid about this stuff. Everybody puts 25% down. Now, the difference is that what I think at the time of this video, Grant was going after people he'd say, sell your house, okay?
Sell your homes. There's going to be a housing crash in the U.S. of America.
If you would have listened to him in 2019 and sold your house, okay, you would have lost your ass. Because guess what? The values went through the roof after that, like a hockey stick. They went up. Horrible advice. Horrible advice.
I told you guys, if you got a house, sell it.
Let's keep listening.
To me, it's a good deal. I can become a billionaire. I can own control $1 billion worth of assets for $300 million. All I got to do is figure out how to get $300 million.
Guess what? That's from you.
Invest with me at CardoneCapital.com. I'll never let you down. God damn, this is like God. This is all the math I needed. I could have learned this in the 5th grade. Don't need any. I don't need any algebra, no trigonometry, calculus. Don't need any of it. This multiplication, leverage, $300 million worth of cash buys $1.2 billion worth of.
Okay, this is so. Listen, even belaboring this is stupid. It's 25% down. Okay, now, but it's the fine details. In fact, there's a video I did a while back on, I think it was his pathetic pitch or something like that. He did the same thing. I mean, in other words, he points to an asset that you could never buy, and then he says, that's where the money is. This is how you buy it. This is how you get it. But also in that statement, he said this.
Look, I only have one interest in doing this. I already know where my money's good. We distributed $2 million to our investors last month. 800,000 of that went to me last month.
So did you hear that? Did you hear that numbers that he just quoted you? But he didn't explain them. He got a check for 800,000 and he cut a check for 1.2 million. Well, that's a 40-60 split. Well, imagine if you put all the money in and you know what I mean? He gets 40% of the action. And there's also other things you don't realize. When you manage a fund, you can charge up to 2% on the fund. Not everybody does it, but I believe he does. I don't know the facts on that. But again, the numbers don't make sense. And I'd love Grant to clear that up. Explain that split. You get 800,000 and the investors get 1.2 million. Doesn't make sense to me unless it truly is. I mean, what did you do for your 40%? What did they put in to get only 60%? If they're the money, what did they do and what did you do to get you to earn yours? But let's just keep listening.
Real estate in America, okay? That $300 million is going to pay me $18 million a year in cash flow. I'm going to get paid $1.5 million every month to control $1.2 billion worth of real estate, okay? This is cash flow. Cash flow is what? It's freedom, baby. It's freedom. It's flow. It's current. It's a current currency.
But here's the difference. He's controlling that cash flow. You have no control. He can't close it. He can sell the asset if he wants to, or he can keep that thing cash flowing, and you might be getting pennies. He's getting the dollars. That's the worst thing in the world, to be in an investment that you don't have the ability to liquidate. And that's what happens when you give your money to somebody else. When you invest with someone else and they're in charge, you got no control.
The word currency comes from current. If you look it up in the dictionary. Current, it has to move, okay? See this right here, the 1.2 billion is not moving. That's good too though. That's good because you want something this illiquid that will grow, right? This is the flow. The flow allows me to keep the asset until it appreciates. Okay? So
listen, banking on appreciation, that's one of the things that I teach you in my book, okay, and in my mentorship, is you make your money on the purchase. The day you buy it, it doesn't matter if things are tough times, good times, you always buy under market. Whatever the market is, things could go down, and you can still buy real estate as things are going down. You know, even Warren Buffett would tell you, the main thing is you continue to invest, but you buy on value. You buy it based on value. Let's keep listening.
I take $300 million cash shit.
Oh, cash shit. This is, here we
Worth
go.
less 10 years from now. How many believe this $300 million is worth less than 10 years? You don't need another math class.
That's another thing he likes to play on words. Like cash it is cash shit, like cash is shit. Because guess what? That's what he wants you to send him, is your cash.
If you got cash in the bank and think that the cash in the bank is your security, you're freaking hallucinating. It's going down in value. I take the cash, the trash, and I buy concrete, steel, and glass. Where people live, no office buildings, no WeWorks. People pitching me WeWorks when it was out. I'm like, dude, I'll never touch WeWorks. Nobody needs that much office space. Okay, we don't buy any retail, nothing. No Macy's, no Bloomingdale's. Maybe one day, but not.
Folks, I've made millions of dollars on industrial, commercial, office, and residential, and even apartment buildings. You can make money on anything real estate. There's always somebody that needs it. It may not be something that you need or want, but guess what? Somebody else does.
Today. These people have to have a place to live. When we buy this asset, it is cash flowing.
Guess what? They also have to have a place to work, Grant. That could be an office. That could be an industrial building. It could be a retail center. All those places that you trash, that's where those people work.
We know it's going to make us 6% in the first year, 5 to 7%, somewhere in that range. We should be paid on that deal. Okay? So this is really important. This cash flow right here, this cash flow is what will get you through a contraction. You have to have cash flow to assist you through contractions that you don't have to work for. This is that money that y'all talked about the other morning. Earn money when you sleep.
So I guess that was the end of the deal there. So look, folks, I make money on the borrowed money. I can tell you that right now. I just bought a building recently for $1.6 million, $400,000 down, the $1.2 million that was borrowed. I still make on that asset 9.25 cap rate. So I'm making about $36,000 on the $400,000 that I put down, and then I'm making another $66,000 on the borrowed money. So yes, it's true, you make money on the borrowed money, but guess what? I own it all. I take it all. I keep it all. Now, think about this. If you're using other people's money, and this is what really Grant's, this is what Grant should teach. In fact, I think he teaches it privately, people that are interested in soliciting money from others. Because you are the money. That's dealing with, that's OPM, other people's money. He's a master at that. For you guys that, invest in, listen, take control of your own money, make it work for you.
Don't stop and listen. Time is on a mission to eliminate all the snake oil and the fake gurus that fake y'all. He'll show you how to build an empire, starting with nothing but a desire. All you really need is a good mentor, not a used car bullshit. With time, you'll learn to crush it. Investing like Warren Buffett. With real estate, you cannot procrastinate. Everyone who hesitates is left at the starting gate. Hey, yo, so don't delay and join today. The mentorship and flip anything USA. Go.
Hey, well, if you like that video, you're certainly going to like one of these.